Well, Old Glory destroyed. At least 12 American flags hung on overpasses to honor our military have been damaged or destroyed, and police are still looking for the people who did it.
Paul Alegria is the man who put up those flags, and he joins us live this morning. Paul, good to have you with us.
Thank you.
So, Paul, you have many members of your own family that have served this country. I mean, this is really just a reminder for anyone who is driving by to think about the men and women who sacrifice much of what they do for our own freedoms, and to remind us of those who have been lost. Tell us why you wanted to do this, and then ultimately what happened.
Well, we're at a point in time where we're, rather divided as opposed to being united, and we just want to be able to say to people, look, the American flag embodies all the sacrifices millions of Americans have made, and we need to think about being Americans first, honor the people who are serving now, and honor those who have sacrificed, and their families, because it affects us, everybody around those individuals.
So, Paul, you and others are putting these flags, American flags, on overpasses, yet some are being destroyed. Do you have any sense of who's doing it and why they're doing it?
Gee, that's a great question. We'd like to know. In this last episode, someone drove to 5 different overpasses in the general area and destroyed at least 2 flags on each of those overpasses. So it's confusing for us how someone could get on the highway, get on an overpass, and do that 5 repetitive times and end up, have the same anger. I'll use the word anger. I don't know how you grab a flag and yank it from its location, especially the American flag, without some sort of overriding emotional purpose.
Oh, it's awful. It's a total loss of patriotism in this country that I think we only need more of today. And thanks to people like you, you're reminding us of that. You've got an uncle and you've got a dad that have served this country, and many others in your community. What has the response been? What have people told you about putting up those flags?
Well, probably the best response we get is while we're putting them up, and even taking them down for that matter, cars driving by beep their horns, people stick their hands out the windows and put their thumbs up. I mean, it gives you hope. I mean, when we started doing it, we really didn't know what we were doing, and once it built up its own momentum, you can imagine standing at this overpass and having Americans respond favorably to the concept of the flag, and as part of that message, to be united as Americans first.
No, you're right. The flag should be a uniter. We should look at that together and share a common bond. But why is it by some now seen as a political statement? Some are saying saying the Pledge of Allegiance is a political statement. Why have we sort of edged in that direction?
That's a good question. For us, that doesn't really impact what we do. We're going to put the flags back up for Veterans Day, for the exact reason why the flags are important. A political statement, it's the American flag. I mean, it's a version of the flag we fly now, has been around since the 1700s.
And it represents
when we started.
So much.
It does. It represents all the heartache, all the pain and anguish. Millions of lives, families who have been devastated, like my aunt.
That's right.